Here we are with Day 6 of the Little League World Series coverage brought to you by the Sun-Gazette. I'm Brett Crossley with international beat writer Ben Burrows. And just talk to me about the international series. We got to get started yesterday. Nebraska was able to get a 17-1 win over Germany. What are your thoughts on the international series, just seeing the United States get to play some of the international teams?
You know, I've said before that these consolation games, friendly games, are one of my favorite things about the World Series, even if it isn't the final game. I really like just getting to see different styles of play from two different teams. Like right now, we have Oregon against Uganda, and it's going to be really two different styles, and that's one of my favorite things about the series. And I think it really shows how the international side can stack up against the American side. They're pretty even. We saw that yesterday, although it wasn't a great draw for Germany. But I think overall, both sides are pretty even.
Yep, and you touched on it a little bit. We do have Uganda and Oregon. We'll get to that here in a second. There was some controversy yesterday. The Mexico manager is going to be suspended his next two games. Just talk to me a little bit about that situation.
Well, he got a kid in for 2 innings defensively, but the rule says 2 innings in defensively and an at-bat. The kid didn't get the at-bat in. He was probably going to have him hit in the bottom of the 6th, but Mexico was the home team, so they didn't actually get the bat. Suspended for 2 games. I can see where Little League's gone with that, and I completely agree with it. He needed to be punished. Little League has a strict rule of playing time, and you have to regulate it the right way, and I think they really stepped in and did that.
Now, there was some talk that they might take a win away, and I think I agree with you from the standpoint that it didn't have a direct outcome on the game. But what's your opinion on that? Do you think the penalty was just, or would you like to see them get a win taken away there?
I think it was a fair penalty. I can see, had it been a kid that just wasn't going to contribute, or a kid not playing was the reason that Mexico won, that a win would have been forfeited. But this really had no impact on the outcome of the game whatsoever. It was one at bat that they didn't need anyway because they were already winning. So I think it was a harsh enough penalty and a 2-game suspension for the manager to warrant not wanting to do it again. But I think forfeiting a win would just be too much for something as petty as that.
Another international team we talked about is Taiwan and how they were going to challenge Japan. Unfortunately, they're out. Does it look like it's smooth sailing this from here on out for Japan now?
Well, it's not going to be smooth sailing, but I definitely think they're going to beat Panama. And I thought from day one Taiwan was going to be the team that really challenged Japan. And it's not going to be an easy road. I definitely think that Japan's going to get through this side of the bracket and will represent the international side in the Little League World Series Championship, because I just don't see anyone else playing to the caliber of baseball that they do, fundamentally wise, power-wise on offense, and with the quality of pitching that they have. They'll be challenged, but I don't think they can be beaten.
Now, we touched on it at the beginning of the broadcast here. We do have in the background the Uganda team. This is going to be their last game playing against Oregon. Just take me through them being here and the experience and just the crowd support that they've received from everybody.
Well, I think, first of all, even if they don't win this friendly game, they're winners overall. Just being the first team to actually be able to represent Africa, and from the quality of facilities that they have in Uganda, they're at a huge disadvantage compared to everyone else that's gotten to be here. And for them to just be able to overcome that, get here in the beginning, that's a huge accomplishment. And overall, I think the fan support has been absolutely fantastic. As I've said before, I think a lot of the Keystone supporters that we had last year that don't have an affiliation really jumped onto the Uganda bandwagon. I think that the shirts have been sold out since Thursday or something like that, and they're just getting shirts back in today. And that really goes to show the popularity of the team. Merchandise-wise, they've been by far the most popular team here, and I think it really goes to show the passion that people have for baseball and the underdogs here at the Little League World Series.
Yep, and we do have it on good authority. The souvenir shop should be restacked with Uganda stuff. I'm Brett Crossley. This is Ben Burrows for the Sun-Gazette. We'll see you around.